That 18 after 11 o'clock, 26 degrees. Looks like I win on the prediction front this morning. Barbara went 23. Of course, the weatherman 20 degrees. He doesn't stand a chance. Never does. You're right here at Galaxy. Let me do this.
Galaxy 107fm.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Got to welcome along everybody that's tuned in this morning, following us on Facebook Live. It is such a pleasure to be back again today, joining Greg Hudik, coming out of course, Nashville today. Believe me, it's going to be an absolutely fantastic show. We first heard about Greg from Visual Image Marketing way over there in Nashville. Believe me, he's a good friend of ours as well. We'll tell you more about that. But if you're going to watch this a little later on over there on YouTube, you know what to do, right? No, you do. You really do by now. Sub, thumb, bell. Bingo. Subscribe. Become a member. Bell, because of notifications, right? When we have very, very important artists, much like Greg, coming out of Nashville, and of course, get epileptic with the thumb. Like us, go on, I dare you, double dare you, just go crazy, absolutely. But it'd be good to have you subscribe, it really, really would, to become a member and a family member of Galaxy. We absolutely love that idea. Go on, I double dare you to do it. In the meantime, want to say how happy we are to be in association with Rise Up TV, Big Record, and of course, Sony Music, The Orchard. Check this out.
Another indie artist interview brought to you by Galaxy 107fm in association with Rise Up TV, Big Record, and Sony Music The Orchard.
So, without further ado, let's get right on in with it. Here's Greg Hudik, and I've changed here at Galaxy. So that gives us a couple of minutes there, Greg.
Okay, great.
Now, Greg, I must let you know, I've got a voice in my head. Okay? It's actually my on-air producer. She gives me stats, bits of information, people texting in or calling in or something like that with a question, anything like that, she'll pass on to me. So if you see me making funny body gestures, and I apologise, it's because she's talking to me at the same time, okay?
Okay, sure, I understand.
The women love this idea, though, I got to be honest, because she's also my wife. Right? Now, women love the idea because, you know, not only is she legally my voice in my head, she gets paid for it as well.
Oh, that's great that you can work together like that.
We've been doing it for many, many years now, believe me.
That's amazing.
And of course, Barbara is my best friend and PA and boss and everything like that. So we.
You're a smart man.
Yeah. Now, I just want to talk very, very quickly to you before we get to it. Need Me Some Country. Is this not you, my friend?
No, Need Me Some Country is a song that I wrote 100%, but it was an artist that was on my label, Troy Johnson.
Okay, should we still include it?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
That's a shame. I'll tell you why that's a shame, is it is actually your most requested track.
You can go ahead and play it. I I wrote it 100%. I produced it.
We could talk about it, couldn't we?
Yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah.
Believe me, you've got a huge amount of people that have requested that particular track, and that's why I'm a little reluctant to pull it out. But if you want me to, I certainly will.
No.
Okay, let's go with it, my friend. I've changed. Next one up, A Girl Like You, I Love Women, and Florida. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today I've been looking forward to this for a little while. I got to be honest with you, because when I first heard this music, I really, really enjoyed it. And believe me, it doesn't, I hear a lot of bands. It takes a lot for me to take notice of a particular artist. Today, Greg Hudik is joining us, coming out of Nashville. I'm kind of hoping I got the pronunciation of the name right. Greg, welcome to Galaxy.
Hey, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Now,
It's Hudik.
Hudik.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're Kiwis. I gave it a go.
Hey, no, but Kiwis are good peeps. Hey, I want to say hi to all the Kiwis out there listening. Some of my best friends in Ormond Beach and Daytona, they were the Kiwis. They were from New Zealand. And some of my best friends growing up. So, good people.
We are good people, I got to be honest with you. We're very placid, to be, straight up with you. We don't usually get involved in too many nasty things, especially what's going on in the Ukraine right now. We don't really want to get involved in that or stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
We're very peacekeeping kind of people. Now, Greg, we've started the show with I Have Changed. Now, believe me, we absolutely love this track. Now, tell me a little bit about the lyrics. How did you come to that?
In life, you're fortunate if you've loved once. My love has been my music, but I've had love in my lifetime multiple times. And when you find a true love, a magic that lasts pretty much forever, that you never forget about, that particular song is all the words that you want to say to the someone that you really love so much. And that's where those lyrics came from, is when you know that, you make mistakes, but you really want to let this person know that forever I want to be with you, that I love you this much. And that's where those lyrics came from. It was from Rex Willie sang it before for I got a whole little places for all the girls I loved before.
Greg, I can absolutely relate to that. I really, really can. And in fact, just the other day, somebody said to me, when you and your wife, when you first met and everything, what was the defining moment that, I says, well, the defining moment was easy, actually. She put her butt on my bike seat. I kept her. I think she would disagree with that, but it's quite true. We were going on a bike run, and I said to her, "Would you like to join me?" She goes, "Yes, I would." And well, we've been going out ever since. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
True story. It did happen. Now, having said that, I've always been looking for a girl like you. Now, Greg, I'm kind of a little worried about discussing this because I don't want to call you a girl, but tell me a little bit about a girl like you.
A girl like you, I built the tracks with Michael Spriggs. He's from the UK, and he's always had that Beatle kind of sound to his guitar playing, and we produced this song together. And Paul Skolton playing drums. He's in like a Beatles and a Led Zeppelin tribute band, and he hits them drums like Ringo, and it just, it just came across with that kind of Beatle feel to it, which, I've always been a big fan of John Lennon's writing and Paul McCartney's writing and Ringo's drumming and this George Harrison and so this particular song is a little something different for me, but I really enjoyed going there, with this track.
I fully get that. I really do. And believe me, as I said to you, I have you playing in my car. This is one that really encapsulated my imagination. We're going to play it. Yes, we are. Then we're going to come back and talk about platinum records. You're right, here at Galaxy. Here's Greg Hudik. Gosh, it's hot in here.
Yeah. Turn your AC up.
Well,
You got all that equipment.
We have literally Kiwi air conditioning here, bro. It's called Open the Damn Window.
Window and fans.
Yeah. Oh, here's one for you. My bosses came to me just before summertime, as we've just come out of it, and they said to me, would you like a fan for the office, for your studio? I went, yeah, hell yeah. And they says, what would you like? I says, oh, something about 6'2", blonde, blue-eyed, 18, maybe Swedish, you know what I mean? They got me a damn gold air.
Just a plain old fan.
Just a plain old fan. Yay.
The socket and away it goes.
Terry Van Cannon's joining us. Nice to have you on board, Terry. It is such a pleasure. Terry, I got to be honest with you, Greg. Terry is a master on slide steel. He really is the man. And believe me, we're a big fan of his work as well. So nice to have you on board, Terry. It really, really is. And,
Hey, Ken. Hey, you in New Zealand, do you have any big music festivals that you sponsor or work with? Or
you're talking to the right people, to be honest with you. You need to talk to Barbara. She manages an entertainment company that brings bands into the country.
Yeah, I would actually entertain. It'd have to be for it'd have to pay the expense of the band and everything to come over there. But I would love to play in New Zealand.
Well, I tell you what, we'll have a chat about that as we go through this. I Love Women is the next one up, but right. I do have a couple of fan questions for you as we go through. How many countries this morning?
189.
189 countries on board right now.
Wow.
That's not bad.
No, not bad.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and well, today I'm absolutely elated to be catching up with Greg Hudik coming out of Nashville. Now, believe me, we've known about Greg a little while. We've met him through friends of ours from Visual Image Marketing, and I've got to thank those guys over there as well for introducing us to Greg. Now, having said that, I want to talk a little bit about, Platinum Records. I'm going to get into that, but first of all, we do have a fan question for you, Greg. Shona, coming out of Tulsa, is asking, Greg, how do we get hold of you as a fan? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? Are you a talker? But more importantly, Greg, do you respond?
Yeah, I respond, and you can get a hold of me on Messenger through Facebook, and Facebook is a good way to get in touch with me. Also, should I give my email address out?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it'd be contact at platinumrecordsnashville.com. And what I could ask of all fans like you asked, go to my YouTube, which we're about to do a big campaign with Google to drive fan base to the new single Florida. Go on YouTube and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel also.
There you go.
But she can get a hold of me on Facebook and Messenger. I'd be more than happy to talk with her.
Now, at the same time, Greg, on your website, do you have a merch store? Can we go and buy product from there?
Yeah, you can go and buy product from iTunes or Amazon. I think Amazon has all my records. With Florida, what I did with this new record, I remastered 10 old songs. I had 6-7 records out there. And I took all those down from digital suppliers like iTunes and Spotify and Amazon, and I left this one double set record live with the remastered songs and 14 brand new songs, 24 songs total on the new record Florida. I did that also with jukeboxes, AMI jukeboxes around the world. The reason why I did that, because I remastered a lot of these songs. But you can go on Amazon and you can say, "Hey Alexa, shuffle songs by Greg Hudik," and she'll play all. Oops. It's starting to play. Alexa's playing my song, but and then she'll shuffle all my songs that I've ever recorded, which I have probably 7 albums out there on Amazon. Amazon didn't take down all my records. You can't tell Amazon what to do.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Okay, let me turn this down because we don't want to hear me playing in the background.
Who's crazy there, Tim? You're calling us crazy?
And funny enough,
We are.
that when it shuffled, it was playing the next song that you're going to play is "I Love Women." That's ironic.
That really is. We're in touch with Sari, don't worry. We know almost Sari everywhere. Now, at the same time, and I really, really do want to talk about the record label, especially with Platinum Records. But first of all, I want to let everybody know, very, very famous man in his own right is Greg Hudik. He's been part of the MTV Spring Break in Daytona, an internationally televised event too, by the way. An awesome lineup with bands such like legends, the Beach Boys, Mr. Bangles, Starship, John Caffrey, the Beaver Brown Band, as well as Greg Hudik as well. Now, you know, Greg, this is an amazing little story in its own right. So before we talk about the record label, tell me about this particular event. Believe me, it's encapsulated my imagination right from the start. When I walked in the room, I heard you talking about it.
It was a Cinderella story. I was playing at a bar called PJ's in Daytona Beach. Greg Allman lived about 8 doors down from me, and that influenced my music. I was Southern rock. And I was playing at PJ's. Ron Rice pulled in with his Lamborghini, who owns Hawaiian Tropic, and with all his harem of Hawaiian Tropic girls for a happy hour. And Jack, the owner, allowed me to play my original song because he loved my music. And Ron Rice and the Hawaiian Tropic girls were in the back clapping and cheering after every song. He came in and put $200 in my tip jar back in 1986, and he said, "You sound better than that John Cougar guy." And he goes, "We just fired a band called Whitesnake. You heard of MTV?" And I said, "Hell yeah." He goes, "You know, the show's coming in 3 days here in into Daytona." I said, "Hell yeah." He goes, "Well, we're going to pay you $5,000. You'll go on first. We want to hire you." He goes, "Well, how cool would it be to have a local kid go on first?" He goes, "You do have a band, don't you?" And I said, "Hell yeah." I didn't have a band. That's the biggest lie I ever told. I went ahead in 3 days. I put together some great musicians from Greg Allman's connections with some of the people who managed Leonard Skinner, and and that's the story in itself. Put a band together. My girlfriend, Angela Northup, she knew all my harmonies, all my songs, because she was my girlfriend at the time, and her mom sung at the local churches for weddings. And I had hired Kim Parks. He's a saxophone player out of Atlanta. I recorded at the same studio Willie Nelson did, Always on My Mind Soundscape Studios in Atlanta. So I hired Kim Parks to come up, and I paid him also. And I put my band together in 3 days, and we played in front of 400,000 plus people on MTV 3 days later. When we did sound check, I turn around, and there's Nancy Reagan and President Reagan running towards me. She goes, "Who are you?" And I told my story. She goes, "Ronald Reagan, this is the American dream. This young man was playing 3 days ago for $50. Now he's playing for $5,000 on national television, viewed by 80 million people around the world in front of 400,000 plus people." And the guy behind us said, "President Reagan and First Lady Nancy Reagan, I'm John Rosin, and I came out to meet you all." And then I heard Greg's story. I recorded some records you might have heard of. Frampton Comes Live, Bob Seger, Live at the Bullet, Jackson Brown Live, and I'm here to record John Cafferty for a movie called Eddie and the Cruisers, which John Cafferty was Eddie and the Cruisers in the movie. And he goes, Greg, I'll record you live in front of all these people if you pay for the roll tape. So I just paid my band. I got to wait for Mr. Rice's check to clear my account to pay it. And President Reagan said, Nancy, we got this one. And he paid for my first recording. Matter of fact, over here in my case, I got the presidential birthday card the next year from the Reagans, because Nancy goes, when were you born? She took out her little book, and I said, February 6, 1961. She goes, no way. She goes, yeah. She goes, that's Ronald's birthday. I said, no, it's Bob Marley's birthday. Because I was a kid, you know. I was more impressed that my birthday was on Bob Marley's birthday than President Reagan. You know what I mean? But John Rosin recorded my first record in front of 400,000 people, and I never shopped another record. I never shopped a record deal because Ron Rice hired me, and I had all these people to sell my vinyls and my cassettes to. And I never shopped a major record deal. That's where Platinum Records started.
So, and that's a good segue, because I really am interested in Platinum Records. Tell me a little bit about this particular brand.
So, Platinum Records Nashville is my own label. In today's world with streaming and advertising on billboards, it's all about streaming. The smaller label like myself really got a shot. But, I've had my own label since 1986, and I've found a couple of talents that I'm working with a girl now, Sharia. She's just superstar, and I've cut 8 songs so far for her record, and I'm producing that record and writing for that whole record. And Troy Johnson, Amy's Country, which you play on your radio station, he was one of my artists at the time, and Daryl Singletary, the country music singer Daryl Singletary, I cut the last 3 recorded it. It's that to radio. He was on Giant Records at one time. He was probably one of the best deep traditional country singers of all times. He just, after that Giant record deal, never got a break, and I couldn't believe it. In 2015, he never, since back in the 90s, he never got another major deal, so I signed my label, releasing his last 3 sides to radio. So it's just, I just have always done my own thing. I never shopped a major label. I was published by Sony, published 43 of my songs, and George Strait and Irv Worsley published 62 of my songs for their company, Muy Bueno. I was one of 2 staff songwriters for George Strait. And then, just recently, I go, man, I really regret giving up my career, and I'm just coming back. And with life, you're given a gift, and with faith and belief and hard work, you'll eventually master that gift. It's like a golf player swinging a club. The more you swing that club, eventually you're going to hit it that same way every time. And most people just give up on their dreams too soon. And I think that's the big problem. You can't just scratch off and hit the lottery. Life isn't like that. You've got to earn it. You just can't say a prayer and hit the lottery. You've got to, and the more you do something, you'll eventually become a master of what you do. And I thank God that, I've stayed in the game, and I think now my music's better than it's ever been in my life because I've never given up.
I really have to agree with you. I really do. Tim Steinreich is joining us. Nice to have you on board, brother man. It really is. Now, Tim, not only lead singer for the band The Mighty One coming out of Canada, but also frontman and host of the Don Pierce Show as well, and connected with Rise Up TV. So nice to have you with us. It really is. Now, Greg, I really want to talk about I Love Women. Because I think you and I might be a little bit alike. Not only, now let's put it this way, you were born 1960, that would make you about 60 years of age right now, is that right?
Correct, 61.
61, yep.
Yes, sir.
Well, guess what? I'm a 61 baby as well, and I'm right there with you. And, a lot of the lyrics within I Love Women, well, damn, I can connect with them. I really can. Check this out, folks. Believe me, joining us live here at Galaxy is Greg Hudik, and I love women. Ooh, it's hot in here. Really is. We've got a few.
That was a
people.
good chat.
I'm sorry, sir?
I said that was a good chat.
Yeah,
That was a
absolutely.
good chat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have a number of people in here now. After we finish the interview that we're doing, we'll do a couple of crazy photos. You'll get a copy of everything we do today. Barbara will not only send you the copies of the photos and everything, but she's going to make a movie out of what we do, what we're recording right now. That'll go on YouTube, and also you'll get a copy of that. But I've got to ask you, Greg, have you ever been a cartoon before?
Have I ever been a cartoon?
Yeah.
No.
Believe me, it's one of the few things that makes me look good. But we're going to make the whole interview not only the raw version of it, what we're seeing right now, but we'll make it also into a cartoon. And believe me, fantastic. I have people that just
Cool.
wait for the cartoons. They do. They don't watch the live ones. They go and wait for the cartoons. It's becoming fashionable, I think. Really. Greg, we've still got about 2.5 minutes to go. Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And believe me, Greg, I ask everybody this, but you're not a vegan, are you?
No.
No.
No, I'm not. Actually, I eat high protein, a lot of greens, try to stay off of a lot of the carbohydrates, but I'm not. But I do juice also, so, that's,
No,
my sister-in-law, my dad died my dad passed when I was in 6th grade. My sister-in-law and my oldest brother, pretty much raised me, and she was in the health food business. She had a health food store called Hallelujah Health Food.
Okay.
So she taught me, I think the proper way to eat.
I was just wondering if you've ever tried
Are you vegan? Are you vegan?
No, I'm a meatologist. Believe me, I'll eat anything on legs and chase the rider. No, the reason I was asking is, have you ever tried a vegan sausage?
Oh, it's terrible.
Never.
No, neither have I. I just want to know if they're made of real vegans, that's all.
No.
Well,
But, I've met a couple gay people in my lifetime. They probably eat a vegan sausage.
Yeah, well, I've never had that response before. I haven't. That sounds fantastic. Oh dear. Well, here's one to think about then. Here's something to think about. You know how your mouth waters when you're at the barbecue and you're watching the steak sizzling on the barbecue? You just get that smell and your mouth waters and everything. I just wonder if the vegans get the same effect when they mow the lawn. Anyway, Florida is up next, my friend.
Yes, I do.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Now, Greg, Charlotte, North Carolina, I've got a young lady coming out of there. Her name is Petra. She's asking, are you looking at the moment of getting back on the road, taking into the account now that pretty much the Omicron Delta thing is getting on and moving on? life is starting to come back together again. Are you doing more gigs right now instead of doing more writing and recording? Because believe me, for the last 2 years I've heard so many bands saying, yeah, this Delta thing, this Omicron thing, we're not gigging at all. We're doing a lot of recording, a lot of writing, stuff like that. As we come out the other end of it, are you starting to book more shows now? Are you looking at going back on the road?
I'm going to go back out on the road. What I'm doing is loading my guns for my next single, which is the next song you're going to play is Florida. And what I'm going to do is we're going to do a radio tour and hit radio hard on this single and try to make it go up the charts. Once it goes up the charts and everybody hears this song, people are going to be familiar with Greg Hudik again, more people, and we can get with my agent and get on tours with some of my friends. I've got a lot of friends. I'm not going to talk about all the people I know in the music industry, but I can get on somebody's tour that's out there selling arenas. But I've got to have this single hit in a big way, which I think it will. I think Florida, the next song, is going to be one of my biggest songs in my career.
Well, Greg, I've got to agree with you. I really, really do. I'm loving Florida. Now, Ramon, coming out of Greece, is asking, would you consider doing the world tour?
Yes, I would love to.
Now,
I would love to.
Speaking of that, then, would you consider maybe coming to Aotearoa here in New Zealand, the Antipodes, and playing in front of New Zealand audiences?
Would love to. I just, once again, an agent or a tour promoter would have to pay enough for my band and myself to come over there, but I would love to play New Zealand. New Zealanders have always been, I have a lot of fans in New Zealand. For some reason, my music is hit with New Zealanders and around the world. And I'm not cutting out anybody else, but for some reason you look and New Zealand's spinning the heck out of my music, man. And thanks to you and all your sister stations.
Well, it is an absolute pleasure. I've got to let you know we don't play anything other than the best here at Galaxy. And believe me, it goes through a big process to come to the stage. It really, really does. So I congratulate you not only with the quality and the sound that you produce, but also for getting to this point. I really, really do. Having said that, and we would love to be able to have you here in New Zealand, keep in touch with Barbara, because believe me, she runs an entertainment company, and now the borders are open again. We're starting to look at doing a bit more business. Early next year, we're looking at getting into that again for the summer season. Now, I got to ask you though, my friend, are you familiar with New Zealand at all, besides maybe a couple of Kiwis over that you may have met in the States? Do you know much about New Zealand?
Yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I mean, they would tell me a lot of stories. I mean, they grew up surfing, and in Daytona, I grew up surfing. Where I grew up on the beach. I mean, we all kind of had the same type of lifestyle: shorts, t-shirts, casual beach bars, the same margaritas, the same beers on the beach, parties on the beach. I live to walk on the beach, and to me, the beach is like a prayer. I go to the beach and I'm where I want to be. So we have a lot of commonalities. And if you look at the video Florida on YouTube, you'll see it's nothing about surfing. I mean, it's all about it. I mean, it shows you Florida is about the beach. Florida is about the southern rock that came out of northern Florida. Leonard Skinner, Greg Allman, Tom Petty, the Outlaws, the Dixie Dregs, Molly Hatchet, Greg Allman. I mean, there was a lot of southern rock. This sound that I have came out of where I was when I went to high school in Daytona Beach. This Southern rock sound came out of Jacksonville, or came out of Gainesville, and Florida is about my life, and it's about the beach, and it's about surfing, and it's about crocodiles, and Leonard Skinner and Greg Hudik and all those bands, and the sound of Southern rock. Florida is Southern rock. It's a song that I'm so proud of.
So great.
So proud of this song.
Let's go back down the miles then. I take it you were a surfer yourself back in the day?
Yeah, back in the day, I mean, I was a good surfer. I'd have a long board like back in the days, like 8-foot board, you know, but I was the smart surfer. When the guys were out surfing, I was serenading all the girls on the beach with my guitar.
You sound like me. Believe me, I also, believe me, my friend, I also had a longboard. Mine was a 12-footer, old wooden longboard. Believe me, I was brought up on a surfboard as well, where I was brought up. Huge beaches, beautiful, beautiful swells, 20-footers, no worries. It was an average day to go out and just have a surf. It really was. So I can relate to Greg. Now, Greg, do you think you could still float a board?
Oh yeah, I just got back. I went in January to Costa Rica, and they had some nice swells, they had some nice waves. Man. Yeah. I can still do it. Yeah.
Very, very.
I still like a larger board. I don't like these little boards that the kids are riding. You know, I'm still, I like a big board.
Yeah, absolutely. Believe me.
Yeah.
I can fully understand where you're coming from. I really, really can, Greg. And believe me, personally, I don't think I could float a board anymore. I'd have to go back and relearn how to do it. It's been so long since I left that area and left the lifestyle. But I am very, very interested in Florida. Now, tell me about Florida. A, why did you call it Florida? B, tell me about the lyrics of it.
And so, Florida is about what I call my home state. I was born in Ohio, but my dad died when I was young, and I moved to Florida, and I graduated high school from Florida, so I call Florida my home. And you know, I wanted to write a song about what our lifestyle was in Florida. It was about surfing. It was about big jacked up monster trucks doing, on the beach, because in Daytona you could drive on the sand, you could drive on the beach. It was about Leonard Skinner, about Greg Hudik, it's about Marshall Tucker. It's about Tom Petty. It's about, all the Molly Hatchet. It's about the Outlaws. It's about the Dixie Drags, all that Southern rock that came out of Florida. And that's what I wanted to write about. I wanted to write about the music that came out of Florida, about the surfing, about the Gators. We all, we're wearing the Izod shirts because we're just like Gator fans of the college, the Gators. So it's just, it's about the beach, it's about Southern rock, and it takes me back to what my roots truly are. And this is the best Southern rock song that I have ever written, produced, and sang in my entire lifetime, and my music's always been swampy Southern rock.
Well, Greg, I got to let you know, since we first started playing this, and believe me, we haven't really said anything to anybody about it, we just played it, and people have been literally blowing up our internet. They wanted to know who, what, when, where, how, and when was the interview? Well, the interview's right now, but I tell you what, 1,703 requests to date for Florida. It is making an impact. Here's Greg Hudik at Galaxy in Florida. Oh, God, it is hot in here. How are you feeling, Greg? You okay?
I'm doing good, bud. Yeah, great. Great chat.
I'm loving the look behind you there. A couple of those guitars, One looks like it's a Pink Floyd one, and one looks like it's from the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, you got this first one is autographed by the original members of the Allman Brothers with Dwayne's signature.
Wow.
So that's unheard of. And then you've got the Stones, Pink Floyd. One that I really think is special because it was from Nirvana. Kurt Cobain didn't sign much at all. So I've got Club, Dave, and Kurt's signature on that Nirvana. And then next to that over there is Eagles guitar. And then I was telling you, I'm going to move my camera for 1 minute. Remember I was telling you about the spring break concert in Daytona? So here's my little special case with a lot of collectibles and tchotchkes. And if you look in the back, there's a presidential birthday card from the Reagans. And there's the 45 from that concert in Daytona. I had a single that came out in the record. There's one of the original 45s in this case.
Greg,
And,
unfortunately, you're frozen up there. We can't see any of that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, it's all
Let
good.
me,
It's all
We
good.
should maybe call him back.
let me take you back. I just wanted to show you. Well, how's that? We back where we were?
Yeah, we are. Unfortunately, it sort of froze up as you moved. But when you get the when you get the video of what we're doing, you'll be able to see that for yourself. Mark Levinsky, nice to have you on board, Mark. Welcome back, my brother man. It is such a pleasure to see you. It really is. Nice to have you. It really is. We better go back to the desk because we're going to wind it up with Need Me Some Country. And
All right.
I got to let you know you've got over 3,500 requests for it. That's why I'm a little reluctant to drop it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. All right.
So we'll have a chat about that.
Yeah.
I'm going to say hello to
All
him.
right, sure enough.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Such a pleasure to have everybody joining us this morning. And believe me, I am in awe, to be very, very honest with you, to follow the career of Greg Hudik and what he's done in the past. I mean, CEO of Platinum Records, there you go, self-explanatory right there. Artist, of course, singer-songwriter extraordinaire. This man is the whole package. And, you know, I feel very, very humbled and honoured to be able to make his acquaintance and do an interview with him today. I really, really am. Now, having said that, we here at Galaxy have been playing Need Me Some Country by Greg Hudik for, well, a little while now, and it's been just going out of the water. It's just been getting ridiculously requested. It really have. 3,691 requests to date. But there's an issue here. Let me tell you the issue. Unbeknownst to us, this is not actually Greg singing on it. He did write the track, but isn't singing on it, which, well, Greg, I think we need to explain this to our listening and audio audience. Tell me about Need Me Some Country.
Okay, Need Me Some Country. When I came to Nashville, I was offered. Travis Tritt got really hot, and they thought that country music was going to go more southern rock, and I was offered a publishing deal with Sony Tree ATV, which is one of the biggest publishers in the world. They published the Beatles, Bob Dylan, Michael Jackson. It goes on and on and on and on. And so I came to Nashville. I wrote for Sony, and then they published 43 songs. And then I was one of two staff songwriters for George Strait and Irv Woolsey, their company, Muy Bueno. And George and Irv published 62 of my copyrights. And then after leaving George's company, I recorded another 150 of my own compositions in the studio. Where I'm very fortunate to live in Nashville, because all these A players that you hear on the radio are guys I use when I play out. I'm very, 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 very blessed. These guys, what they call the A players, everybody uses the guys that I use, but they've been my personal friends for 25 years. And I've actually played on the stage, which they don't do this. I mean, so I'm honored by my band. So when leaving George's company, I said, I want to sign a couple artists, and I signed Troy Johnson. And this song just took off for me, and Troy decided he didn't want to be a recording artist. He just wanted to be a demo singer here in Nashville and be with his family. He didn't want to be an artist. So I put it out there anyway because I felt it was it. But what I love about this song is I wrote this song in 5 minutes. But it's about what real country is. It's about fishing, cold beer and moonshine, relaxing in a hammock, some downtime with family. It's about naming some country, being in the mountains, being in the real country, which I don't think was ever been written before by any country artist or sang by any other country artist. It's about naming some country. Naming some country. I actually have a trademark worldwide. It's Name Me Some Country and mountains behind it. Name Me Some Real Country. And that trademark T-shirt is done, thank God, real well for me. And also I have trademark It's a Great Day. And that's one of my biggest songs. It's a great day. And my friends that call me every morning, hey, I'm playing your song. It's great. It's how I start my day every day. It's a great day. And I have It's a Great Day trademark also, so no one can put that on T-shirts or hats or anything, because I've got the trademark on that also, and also Music City Marijuana in Nashville, because one day we might get it. And so I've got that too. My creative side of my brain don't stop. It's just like, so Name Me Some Country is about real country. It's about being relaxing in the hammock and moonshine and baseball, apple pie, barbecue. It's about what country is. And I'm so proud of it, and it was born so quickly. I mean, in 5 minutes I wrote this song, and it just came together, and I knew it was a hit song when I wrote it.
You know, Greg, I speak to so many bands around the world, and, well, to be honest with you, I've discovered, and this is no joke, the 5-minute songs, the ones, you know, people say to me, Grant, I did it on a McDonald's napkin. They are the songs that have the longevity. They're the ones that, for some reason, seem to connect with the audience. Much like Need Me Some Country, believe me, our audience is eating it up. You're right here at Galaxy.
His job in the big city was getting him down. So he packed up his truck.
Now, J.R. Wilbur is joining us. Nice to have you on board, J.R.
Yeah, I'll send you the email address to send it to. I can't promise that we will play it because we have 12 board members that we have to play it to. So I'll leave it here after the interview.
Yeah, okay. Absolutely. We would absolutely love to have a look at your music, but unfortunately, you know, it's not down to us. It's got to fit certain criteria. At the end of the day, it's got to be damn good.
Yeah, and
okay?
must have a professional YouTube clip.
It must do. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Mr. Wilbur.
Now, Greg.
How many total listeners do you have listening in?
I will tell you that at the end of this. Believe me, you'll be impressed.
Right.
There is just over 600 cities tuned in this morning.
Wow.
We are
That's
completely.
great.
We are, Greg, literally around the world. We're everywhere. We really, really are.
Big
Now,
following in Uganda. Of course.
once we finish this, I want to talk to you about a friend of mine I have in India who has a magazine. We would love to put you into his magazine because he's got such a huge following, and it's about promoting Greg Hudik as much as we can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, great. Yeah, thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
I also want to talk to you about our Galaxy artist page as well, because we want you to use that as much as possible as well. And I'll explain that in a minute. But hang in there, my friend. We will just wrap this up. Please don't go anywhere, okay?
Okay, you got it.
That's right, you're right. Here at Galaxy 107 FM, it is 9 minutes after lunchtime noon here in New Zealand and 26 degrees. So I won that one Tuesday, May the 3rd, and it has been such a pleasure to talk to Greg Hudik and talk about his music. Now, Greg, if you're releasing new music, will you come back and release new music with us as well? Would you like to do this again?
I would actually love to. We're, like I said, I'm in the studio now. I actually have a studio here at the house also, but I'm recording 2 new songs for myself in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to put together, I have 6 albums. I'm going to take what I feel is the best of those 6 albums that I didn't put out on Florida, the 24-song new album, and I'm going to make a compilation of some of the stuff after I remaster it and re-release some of my older music also.
Very.
So I'm going to put out another 20-some song record.
Very cool, because
so I'll have 2.
We would love to be able to do this again. Now, at the same time, Sue Melville's joining us. Nice to have you on board, Sue. We are going to have to move on, unfortunately, my friend. But please don't go anywhere just yet, because we are going to do a couple of crazy things afterwards. You'll get a copy of everything, believe me. But in the meantime, folks, have a very happy and successful day. Thank you so much for joining us here at Galaxy for Greg Hudik coming out of Nashville, and of course how happy we are to say that we're with Rise Up TV. Big records, Sony Music, The Orchard, you're right here at Galaxy. Good morning.
Another indie artist interview brought to you by Galaxy 107 FM in association with Rise Up TV, Big Record and Sony Music The Orchard.